Hello friends! Today we're going to open a book that's a real treasure full of adventure, mystery, and heart. It's called the Book of Tobit. Now you might not find this story in every Bible, but it's part of a collection of writings called the Apocrypha Deuterocanonical books. Think of it as a special bonus story, one that has been shared for thousands of years. It comes from a time long, long ago in the ancient Near East. The world was very different then, with powerful empires and people traveling on dusty roads by foot. This story begins in a city called Nineveh, which was the capital of the mighty Assyrian Empire. The tale is set during a difficult period for the Jewish people. Yet even in this faraway place, our story's hero, a man named Tobit, held on to his faith. This story is like a beautiful tapestry, woven with threads of faith, family, the belief that we are never truly alone. Life can sometimes take an unexpected turn, and that's exactly what happened to good-hearted Tobit. One evening, after performing one of his secret burials, he lay down to rest in his courtyard. As he slept, droppings from some sparrows fell into his eyes, and tragically he became blind. He could no longer work, and his family fell into poverty. It was a terrible trial that tested his spirit. His neighbors mocked him, and even his wife began to wonder if his deeds meant anything. It was a lonely, frightening time for this once strong man. Despite his suffering, Tobit never lost faith in God. He prayed with all his heart, not for riches, or for his sight to return, but for an end to his misery. He felt so desperate he asked God to let him die. At the same time, in distant Ecbatana, another person prayed the same prayer. Her name was Sarah, a young woman with a heavy heart, bearing a secret sorrow. Two people in pain, in different places, reaching out for help. Their stories were separate for now, but poised to become connected in ways they'd never imagine. This is where our adventure begins. Tobit remembered he'd deposited a large sum with a relative in Media. Tobit called his son Tobias to his side. "My son," he might have said, "I am old and blind, and I feel my time is near. Long ago I left a fortune in the City of Rages. I need you to go on a long journey to retrieve it, so your mother will be cared for after I'm gone." This was a huge responsibility for Tobias. The journey would be long and dangerous through unfamiliar territory. He wanted to honor his father, but he was young and didn't know the way. So Tobias agreed to go. His first task, find a trustworthy guide. As Tobias searched for a travel companion, he came across a stranger, a young man who seemed strong and capable. Tobias didn't know it, but this was no ordinary traveler. This was the Archangel Raphael, sent by God in disguise to answer the prayers of both Tobit and Sarah. When Tobias asked the man if he knew the way to Media, the stranger replied, "Yes, I have been there many times and know all the roads well." He introduced himself as Azariah, a fellow Israelite. Convinced, Tobit blessed their journey, praying for their safety. He gave his son final instructions and tearful farewells. They set off. Even the family dog tagged along. Their journey took them to the famous Tigris River. As Tobias went down to the water to wash his feet, a giant fish leaped out and tried to attack him.
Tobias cried out in fear,
but his guide was calm.
"Catch the fish," Raphael shouted. "Hold on to it tightly."
With the angel's encouragement, Tobias managed to wrestle the huge fish onto the riverbank. This was his first test, and with help, he had passed it. It was a sign that his companion was more than just an ordinary guide. He was a source of strength and wisdom. Raphael then gave Tobias some very unusual instructions. He told him to cut open the fish and save its heart, liver, and gall.
"These have special healing powers," the angel explained.
The smoke from the heart and liver can drive away evil spirits, and the gall can be used to cure blindness. Tobias was probably very confused, but he trusted his guide. He carefully preserved the parts of the fish as he was told, not yet understanding their incredible purpose. He was learning to follow instructions and to trust in a plan that was bigger than anything he could see. This strange encounter with the fish was a key moment, providing the very tools he would need to bring healing and peace to his family and to the troubled Sarah. They continued on, the road ahead long but now with new purpose. Their bond deepened as they traveled together. Raphael told Tobias about a young woman named Sarah who lived in the city of Ecbatana. She was Tobias's relative, the rightful bride. But there was a terrible problem. Sarah had been married 7 times before. Each wedding night, a wicked demon, Asmodeus, killed her husband. This brought shame and grief to Sarah and her family. Tobias was frightened. "I am my parents' only son. If I die, I will bring them to their grave with sorrow." Raphael reassured him. He reminded Tobias of the fish's heart and the fish's liver. When you enter the bridal chamber, place the heart and liver on the burning incense. The smoke will fill the room and the demon will flee. Pray with Sarah, and you will both be safe. Raphael's calm gave Tobias courage. They arrived in Ecbatana. Welcomed into the home of Raguel and Edna, they were overjoyed to meet Tobias. When Tobias saw Sarah, he knew he wanted to marry her. He asked for her hand. The parents, worried, agreed. That night everyone was anxious. Sarah's father secretly dug a grave. Tobias followed instructions precisely. He took the fish's heart and placed the heart on the embers and the liver. Smoke filled the room. Asmodeus was driven away. Next morning, the servant found Tobias alive. A 2-week wedding feast followed. After the joyful wedding celebration, Tobias knew it was time to return to his parents, who were anxiously awaiting him. While Tobias and Sarah celebrated, the faithful angel Raphael went on ahead to Rajas to collect Tobit's money. He returned with the silver. The party prepared to return. As they neared Nineveh, Raphael told Tobias to hurry ahead with the fish's gall. Anna, who had been watching the road every day, saw her son approaching and ran to embrace him, weeping with joy. Tobit, hearing the commotion, stumbled towards the door to greet his son. Following Raphael's instruction, Tobias took the fish's gall and applied it to his father's eyes. The white film that had blinded him peeled away, and for the first time in years, Tobit could see. He saw the face of his beloved son, and he praised God for his mercy. The family was whole and healed, and their home was filled with celebration once more, especially with the arrival of Sarah. Now it was time to pay their guide. Tobit and Tobias offered Azariah half of all the wealth they had brought back.
But the angel had a surprise for them. He revealed his true identity. "I am Raphael."
One of the 7 angels who stand in the glorious presence of the Lord. He explained that God had heard their prayers, Tobit's prayer for death and Sarah's prayer for relief, and he had been sent to heal them both. He told them to write everything down so that others could know the story of God's goodness. The Book of Tobit is more than just an ancient adventure. It's a story with lessons still important today. It teaches about the incredible power of faith. It shows the importance of family. It shows kindness to strangers. It shows honoring our traditions. Tobit's charity, Tobias's obedience, Sarah's endurance, Raphael's guidance. We are never truly alone in our struggles. With faith, courage, and a little help from unexpected friends, we can overcome any obstacle and find our way back to the light. And that's a story worth reading again and again. Follow for more.